Mandela will be coming down those steps. Let us hear it. Let us hear it loud and clear.
Ladies and gentlemen, our mayor, the Honorable Tom Bradley.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, join me as we welcome to Los Angeles Mr. and Mrs. Nelson Mandela. Mr. Mandela, throughout your 27 years of imprisonment, the people of the world drew strength and courage from your tenacity. The vicious apartheid regime shackled your body, but it could not imprison your spirit. Your soul has flown free and far, kindred with the spirits of Martin Luther King Jr., Bobby Kennedy, and many others who challenged us to be better than we are. The reception and adulation which you have received around the world have made you an international hero. To those who face tanks in Tiananmen Square, machine guns in Eastern Europe, drugs and despair on the streets of the urban centers of the world, you have shown the way. Your presence here today proves that the human spirit can overcome even the greatest of evils. Now, Mr. Mandela, you have flashed across our nation like a bolt of lightning, illuminating all that is good in us. I recall another most exciting and stimulating event in my life, standing with hundreds of thousands of others below the Lincoln Memorial as we all heard the late Martin Luther King Jr. speak of his dream of America. My life was never the same after that moment. Mr. Mandela, I wonder how many lives you have changed. How many in the past few days have stood rapt listening to your remarkable words. You have looked into the faces of the future, and you have inspired people around the world. They have been inspired to greatness. You have changed our lives. You have raised hope where there was only despair. You have given courage to dream that which seemed impossible. Today, we pledge anew to continue our fight against the cruel system of government by racialism that oppresses the majority of folks in South Africa. We will resist the policy that shrivels the human instinct for justice and fairness in the minority which now is in power. It wasn't too long ago that the United States policy towards South Africa was shameful and unworthy. Instead of the last best hope on earth, the national government of the United States had become the last best friend of apartheid. But the people refused to follow the bankrupt philosophies of their leaders, and in cities like Los Angeles, strong sanctions were invoked against South Africa. States and universities followed our lead. Finally, the Congress of the United States imposed sanctions over the veto of the president. These sanctions broke the resistance of the apartheid regime. We have come too far, and you have achieved too much for us to turn our backs on you now. I say to you today, Mr. Mandela, and to you, Mr. de Klerk, we cannot and we will not be quiet until the scourge of apartheid has been dismantled once and for all. The people of Los Angeles are honored to stand with you, Mr. Mandela. We cannot possibly understand the depth of the evil you're fighting or the measures you are taking to protect your children from starvation and torture. But we do understand your place in history. It is a rare place, reserved for the remarkable few who have unshackled whole peoples from the yoke of oppression. You have brought happiness to those who had felt only sadness. You have brought love to those who felt only hate. Mr. Mandela, you have taken on the greatest oppressors of all, and you have won. On behalf of the people of the city of Los Angeles, who are proud to welcome you to our city, I present you a token of that welcome, a key to the city of Los Angeles. And now to present the resolution from the City Council, President John Ferraro.
I won't be long, I won't be long. I know who you came for. But just give me a chance. On behalf of the City Council, I'm pleased to present a resolution to Nelson Mandela. We're proud that he comes to our city. We admire his determination. And I must tell you, Mr. Mandela, that Bob Farrell, my colleague on the City Council, who was elected in 1974, started talking about apartheid in South Africa when many of us didn't know what it meant. Bob Farrell started it in 1974. On behalf of my colleagues on the City Council, I want to present this resolution to you and welcome you to Los Angeles.
Bishop E. Lynn Brown, who just returned to Los Angeles in order to present this check for $20,000 to the ANC. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the man you've come to see and hear, Mr. Nelson Mandela.
Thank you. Thank you. Mayor Tom Bradley, distinguished representatives of the world of arts, culture, education, sports, and politics. Sisters and brothers, ladies and gentlemen, we are very happy to be in Los Angeles. For us, in our youth, Hollywood was the stuff of dreams. In that sense, our youthful dreams are to some extent being realized. But we are particularly overjoyed to be in this city because Los Angeles is a staunch supporter of the anti-apartheid movement. I, therefore, accept with deep gratitude the key to this kind and generous city. We are on the last leg of an exhausting but exhilarating tour. Wherever we went, we were met with the milk of human kindness, the outpouring of joy and deep emotions over our visit is, we believe, a tribute to the oppressed and fighting people of South Africa. In turn, we believe that the finest tribute we can pay to your wonderful, warm, generous, and compassionate people is to intensify the anti-apartheid struggle on all fronts. I have the pleasant duty of expressing to all of you the warmest fraternal greetings of the ANC, the mass democratic movement of our country, and our President, Comrade Oliver Tambo. In this country today, we can truly speak of an anti-apartheid rainbow coalition which cuts across race, class, religious, and gender divisions. Having met President Bush and Secretary of State James Baker, we would like to say that they are also a part of the anti-apartheid forces of this country. I am not the first leader of the ANC to meet President Bush. In 1989, Mama Sisulu, an indomitable freedom fighter, came to Washington to brief President Bush about the conditions of our people and the depth of our commitment to liberate South Africa from the yoke of apartheid racialism. Her visit helped to pave the way for us to enter the corridors of power in Washington. If today we can genuinely speak of a powerful, broad-based anti-apartheid movement, it is due to the tireless and sterling work done by thousands of activists throughout the length and breadth of this great country. These unsung heroines and heroes toiled day and night, giving up their spare time so that South Africa may be free. To all of them and to the labor movement, religious groups, cultural bodies, and political formations, we say from the bottom of our hearts a gigantic thank you. Thank you for supporting us when we needed you most. Thank you for remembering us, even though we were incarcerated in prison dungeons, thousands of miles away from here. Thank you for caring. Your solidarity actions are a source of great strength and inspiration to us. It helps to keep us on our toes. We are conscious of the fact that we have a responsibility not only to our own people, but also to you, the international community. You elected not to forget us. We elected to remember you always. Sisters and brothers, distinguished guests, our country today is on the brink of fundamental change. Imprisonment, torture, and mass killings cannot and will never subdue the flames of resistance burning in our hearts. Our masses in action are like a raging torrent. We are on Freedom Road, and nothing is going to stop us from reaching our destination. Our objective is one person, one vote on a non-racial voters' roll. We are determined that apartheid, this crime against humanity, shall be transformed into an oasis of harmonious human relations between all our people, black and white. Only the creation of a non-racial, non-sexist, united and democratic society can open the doors of the larger prison that is South Africa. The people of South Africa, the ANC and the mass democratic movement are all stilled in their determination to pursue the struggle until victory is achieved. They will not relent. They will not surrender. And they will never be cowed into submission. We therefore ask you to assist our people and their organization in this time of hope, but also pain, suffering, and anguish. You can help by maintaining sanctions. You can help by keeping the pressure on apartheid. You can help by making a wide variety of resources available to the ANC so that we may better mobilize our people for peace. Victory is in sight. If we remain steadfast, determined and united, as sure as night follows day, South Africa will be free. In thanking you for the rousing welcome you have given us and for the support which you have made available to us over the years, I want to leave you with these sentiments. We admire you. We respect you. And above all, we love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello. We'd like to ask the platform guests to please stay until Mr. Mandela leaves. Hello. Please do not move until Mr. Mandela has left the area. We need to have the aisle cleared away for Mr. Mandela on the platform. We ask that you not leave the area, but let's have an aisle.
Free Africa, free Africa, especially South Africa. I will make mention of prayer and Babylon to them that know me. Every single man, woman, and child upon this land shall be free. Yeah. Free Africa. Free Africa. Especially South Africa. Vengeance belongeth unto Jah, and unity is our goal. Come together, Africa, and we shall overcome like the days of old. Yeah. Free, free, free Africa. Free Africa. nations belong unto Jah, and unity is our goal. Yeah. Come together, Africa, and we shall overcome like the days of old. Yeah. Free Africa, free Africa, especially South Africa.